So now Visual Studio Code is open, and the first screen that you get is the welcome. Over here you see there are many options that you can do. You can also see your recent projects. I have used Visual Studio Code before, so I can see all my projects over here. So first what we are going to do is hit the open folder button. Over here it allows us to select a folder. So now what we are going to do, we are going to go in our desktop folder. We don't want to select any other folder. You can select if you want to save your files in any other folder, but just to make it easily accessible, just choose the desktop folder. Create a new folder over here. We are just going to name it our first HTML program. Okay, and now just select folder, click select folder. Okay, it asks if you trust the authors, just select that and say yes, I trust the authors. This is Visual Studio Code security. Now you see that it has opened our folder, and you can see the folder's title over here. This is the Explorer. We can see all our files over here. This is the menu bar. You see there's the close button, the minimize button and all. There is always this welcome tab over here. There are many other tabs, but first let's focus on this tab, the Explorer. So you see an icon. If you hover over it, you see new file. Just click on it. Let's make our first HTML file. So let's call this hello and give it the extension .html. And you see it creates a file for us. It's blank for now because we haven't written anything in it. So now let's write some HTML code in this. So as we had seen, the first and the root element of the HTML file is the HTML tag. So continue writing HTML with angular brackets. So first write this sign, which is the less than sign, then say HTML and then end it, and you see Visual Studio Code automatically creates the other tag, the ending tag for you. You just have to write the tag name in the angular brackets, the first tag name, and Visual Studio Code automatically creates the other tags for you, the ending tag. So now first let's enter the head tag. Again for the head tag, the same thing, the tag like this, and Visual Studio Code creates the ending tag. If you hit enter, it also automatically gets formatted, but you don't need to worry about the formatting. Even if you have just done something like this and if your code is messy, you can just right click in the editor and say format document. You see a context menu over here, hit format document, and see all your code is properly aligned. And let's also just give some indents over there, hit the tab key so that it's a little ahead and we understand that it's under the HTML. Okay, so now inside the head tag, let's create our title element. The title element defines the title of the web page, of course. So you see it has an ending tag, and inside here we need to define the title of the web page. So let's say hello. For now let's just say hello, and we're done with the head tag. Let's create our body tag. So body is the tag where all our elements are visible, the part of the web page where everything is visible. Okay, so now over here let's just write hello like this. That's all. This is all what our file is. There's one more element that we need to add on the top of the web page, on the top of our HTML file. This is the document type. This is not that important, but it's important in HTML5. It will only work in HTML5, so ensure that you have a new browser. Type doc type in the way I have typed it. So an angular, starting angular bracket, and then exclamatory mark and doc type, and now give a space and write HTML. All of this should be done in small letters, or either you can write doc type in capital letters. You don't need to worry about that. But a shortcut for this is, in code, what you can do is, instead of writing this, you can just write an exclamation mark 3 times, and you see 3 exclamation mark Visual Studio Code is suggesting you. So if you double click that, you see doc type HTML is automatically entered for you. This tag just defines that the document, this is an HTML, so it's just like a preference or a property of the web page. So now save this, and now if we go on a desktop, you will find our first HTML program, our folder over here. To actually view this, let's go in our web browser, create new tab, and now what to do is go in our folder, the folder here that we have created on our program. You see our hello.html over here. Just click on it and drag it on our web browser. So you see, just go in our web browser and just put it over here, right on this tab. And if you paste this, you see its location is automatically found, and Chrome or any browser that you are in opens it up, and you can see hello. So congratulations, we have created our first program in HTML.